YouTube, what's up? What's up? Back on the drive. I'm actually headed to work right now. I do bartend. I actually, have a bartending channel as well called Dante's Comedy of Cocktails, where I create some fabulous concoctions of my own. And also, man, subscribe, like the drive. Just all about college football. What's going on in the state of Florida when it comes to football. I may even sprinkle some pro opinions in there. But right now, I had a friend ask me, said, why didn't you say anything about UCF? And what's your opinion on what the rest of this season with Gus Malzahn and everything? And then also the second thing I'm going to talk about today on the quick drive is everybody complaining about the infamous 2-point conversion with Dan Mullen, and then also Anthony Richardson. First of all, UCF. We really need to come to a agreement with UCF fans and the NCAA and just fans in general. UCF, you are a good program. You're a Florida-based program. You have had opportunities to be in that conversation of are they the best team in the country? Let's remember, Boise State was there. Utah was there. I mean, there was times when people were having conversations about Houston. You're in that category. You're not in the Alabama, Michigan, Notre Dame, Florida, Florida State, Penn State, USC. You're not in that conversation. You're in a point of your college maturity where you're a good team. You're gonna get great players. You're gonna compete, but you're not a team that we can sit here and say, all right, year in, year out, they need to be in the SEC because they're competing. You don't. You are not. Yes, you are better than Miami right now. Yes, you are better than FSU right now. But over time, you're not going to be better than these teams because, first of all, for some reason, you're not putting in your recruiting budget to go out there and get the guys. And a lot of kids don't want to go to Orlando. Gus Malzahn will bring some notoriety, yes. Same thing with Scott Frost. I think Scott Frost brought the best marketing scheme to your school. That UCF Fast, that UC Fast was amazing because it's something that Florida builds their whole football ego around. It's speed. We're known for having fast athletes at all positions. You get a 5-star defensive tackle from the state of Florida, he running a 4.95 flat 40. That's fast for a 300-some pound kid. So when Urban Meyer said that he wanted to have the fastest team in America, yeah, he went and got some kids from Virginia like Percy Harvin and got some kids from out of California, whatever. But he put the premise around what the state of Florida is about. So if you really want to be that guy, let's talk about how fast. Let's not talk about the gimmicky offense that you got, which it works. I mean, it catches people off guard, and you implement some physicality.
Mile, use the left 2 lanes to turn left onto University Parkway.
Get ready to turn right now. I just want y'all to understand that UCF, you are okay in all of history of football in Florida. Your program is number 3 or number 4 or 5. You're number 4 or 5. Because you remember
the left 2 lanes to turn left onto University Parkway.
You remember USF at one point in time was like y'all. I mean, they were ranked like number 4 in the nation at one time. So just calm down, UCF fans. You got your little little pretend national championship that you bought shirts and everything for, and you got your flag, say we was national championship. Cool. Have fun with it. You were not national champions, but you know what? You deserve to have some bragging rights for being undefeated. You went through, at the time I think you're in Conference USA, which I think you still are. You were in Conference USA, and you beat some teams. You went out there and beat some teams. I think you may even have beaten Auburn in a bowl game. Good job. Or LSU or somebody. Y'all beat somebody. Good job. Utah did the same thing years ago. They beat a Pitt team that was like number 3 in their conference. At that time, y'all beat, I think maybe it was LSU or Auburn. One of the two, I got to look it up. But they were like number 3, number 4 in our conference, which is a really tough conference. Good. Now, after we go through all of this, I say that to say this. UCF, you gotta get your weight up. Plain and simple. Get your weight up, UCF. Get to a point where you can where you can jump in the conference and bid for it and say, let's get in the conference. Don't complain about playing home and homes with Florida. You got it. You got your home and home with Florida. Now don't go out there and get your ass whooped by Florida. Don't go out there and look like USF looking right now. Don't say, oh well, it was we did this in 2021, but you didn't schedule us until 2025. Fine, screw that. Be good until 2025. Earn your weight. You're gonna try to be in the top in the premier programs when USC's been playing football since 1911 or something like that. Michigan has been playing football since they created the helmet, and since they created leather helmet, you gonna tell me that your program is that valid right now? Program ain't valid. I'm a Florida boy. I want to see y'all succeed. I like when Scott Frost was talking about how fast his team was going to be. I was excited to watch UCF be something. I remember when Dante Culpepper was out there, almost beat a powerhouse Nebraska team in '98. He's in my class of high school. I like UCF, but don't go out there and start getting you too here. You bring it down some. Please, UCF, bring it down. Please. Getting on back to the complaints of all the armchair quarterbacks in the state of Florida and Florida fans about the 2-point conversion. Dan Mullen called, and you could see on Dan's face how he looked when he made that 2-point conversion call. First of all, let's remember, we shouldn't even been in that position. Our field goal kicker needs to make a fucking field goal. That needs to be fixed. Second of all, we need to actually understand that we had been gashing them up the middle, even on 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 6s, 3rd and 4s. We have been popping them all day. But what was the difference in we popping them and the situation happened in the 2-point conversion? EJ made a quick read. It wasn't, oh wait, let me see what happens. He should have handed the ball off. Just let the guy run. Let him wiggle. Let him see what happens. Yeah, we all see the picture where it's a big hole and he should have. Forget all that. Just give the man the ball. Give Malik Davis the ball. Let him make something happen. Let him get some steam up and maybe he can power his way through that. Don't let everybody collapse the pocket. That was EJ's fault. He had a play like that earlier in the game, about 3rd quarter, where he kind of held too long. It's got to be quick and go. It's not on Dan Mullen. He made a very good call. I think he spreaded them out. The linebackers were already kind of playing slant. If you saw, the linebackers really weren't even involved in the actual read. Defensive ends played quarterback. It was all just, hey, let's see if we can mesh up in there. Maybe Malik, that's all that should have happened. So, armchair quarterback, shut up. Watch the damn game, enjoy the game, be a fan, cheer like I do, and just enjoy it. Anthony Richardson. I would rather have, I think Dan Mullen made a good decision. I would rather have him healthy. Like I said, I was talking about this with actually my mom when we were talking about, you know, because she loves football, she's a big football fan. She actually went to Florida State and then got a degree from USF, but, you know, so she's very, very biased to the Seminoles. But we talked about it, and she, you know, it's just like when she reminded me about me having a hamstring injury when I played football. I had a hamstring injury all through the summer of my junior, going into my sophomore year. I started all 4 years. I'm bragging. I started all 4 years of high school. Well, played a lot my freshman year, but started from my sophomore on. But I had a nagging hamstring going into my junior year, and the coaches and our trainers, basically were like, all right, we're going to rest it through the end of the summer. So I didn't do really a lot of summer training. And it didn't set me back. I still got the lift and all that. But we had scrimmages and everything going on. Then we had the jamboree. So I didn't play in that jamboree. Everybody's like, oh, why you ain't play the jamboree? Yeah, I know this is Alabama. I'm just saying, I'm just talking about the comparison of what the hamstring feels like. I felt great. I felt good, and I remember that. And my mom and my uncle. Well, my uncle was the one was like mad, and my mom was like, "No, let's just do what the people say because we want to make sure he's healthy for the season." And I was on the top end of it was healed, but it just, you know, you never know when it can get aggravated again. Especially at that time when we didn't have at high school level, we didn't have the MRIs to go about and everything. So I had been healing for about a month, literally, like through all of August, through almost all of August, you know, summer workouts and everything, summer practice. I had been healing, doing light things, you know, very, very, very light workouts. And I see that in an explosive dude like Anthony Richardson, where he could actually re-aggravate that because he goes hard, man. So I think that it was a good idea to sit him out. It was a major game. It was putting us on the platform, but I think we put ourselves on the platform, and we didn't really need Anthony Richardson. It would have been great to have him on a lot of these key clutch plays. I even think in the first quarter, they kind of let EJ calm down because he wasn't calm. He was trying to make plays, and then he started to find his way. So it could have worked both ways, but I think it was a good idea because, you know, I see Georgia down the road. I see going to LSU. Even though I talk trash about it, I see going to LSU is a tough out anytime. They're going to have us at 8 o'clock. They're going to make sure that the stands going crazy. Everybody going to have a poster of Marco Wilson throwing the shoe. All that. So I see that happen. Kentucky's going to be a tough one. I think we're on a high more than a hangover when it comes to Tennessee this week. Josh Heupel, whatever how you want to say Fat Boy's name, Chubb Rock. I think that he kind of just put a little too much fuel by saying the little dumbass comment that he said, which he did say. So I don't see Richardson playing this game. I wouldn't chance it. I say going to Kentucky is a tougher out than playing Tennessee at home when we all ready and the fans gonna be ready. It's another rivalry game, and we gotta prove something again. I think every week we gotta prove something at Florida Gators. So on top of that, Miami got an easy out this week. Florida State could be 0-5, y'all. I'm looking at Florida State might not have a win until they get down. Maybe, shoot, I don't know, because I don't see them beating Miami unless Miami is just really that bad. Miami wasn't terrible against Michigan State; they just lost. But I don't see them beating Miami. I mean, I'll talk about my picks that week when it comes down to it, but right now, Florida State needs a lot of shit to change. And then when your defensive coordinator or your offensive coordinator says, oh, he didn't prepare for them to play man-to-man, what? You heard what he said? Florida State fan. The man said that I didn't prepare for them to play man. Don't y'all rate man? When is man-to-man became a trick defense? When is man-to-man been the secret defense that nobody can conquer? Like, when is telling your receiver, hey, we just got to beat this guy, or your offensive line at halftime to say, hey man, looks like they're sitting 8 in the box or 7 in the box. They bringing a little heat. We got some man-to-man. Hey, let's win these one-on-ones. When is that a hard thought? Florida State, y'all got a lot of soul searching to do what y'all finna do. It's coaching staff. I think some talent's there. I watched the Wake Forest game last night just before because I knew I was gonna go on and put a video out. Wake Forest just beat y'all. Wake Forest was better than y'all, man. It wasn't no, you know how Wake Forest will beat a team. Oh my goodness, they're getting lucky on these and they're no. Wake Forest literally was the better team. Receivers were beating corners. Defensive linemen were just dominating offensive linemen. Wake Forest's defensive linemen were dominating offensive linemen. The quarterback was confident. It was no pressure. There was sometimes when he would get out and use his feet. You know what I mean? When one Florida State defensive lineman or linebacker would kind of break free on being an athlete. But on the other side of it, Wake Forest was in control of this game from first quarter to the fourth quarter. Miami, on the other end, had some sparks until Michigan State barely wore them down. So this week is going to be a telling week for Florida State, man. What you got, 8 NC State, somebody like that? Somebody that really shouldn't even be on the field with y'all? I'm not saying that y'all are that good. I'm just saying that NC State is whoever you're playing, they're in trouble. They really ain't. They ain't focused. The football focus is not there. It's not where we're gonna be like, okay, well, this is another problemsome game. No, it shouldn't be. Florida State, y'all got to bounce back, man. Wake Forest somebody had the audacity of my time's about up, but somebody had the audacity to tell me that Wake Forest was a premier program. Wake Forest is the same as UCF, to wrap this up. Wake Forest, football-wise, is UCF with a little bit more history, a little bit more background. The fuck, man? Sorry about that. Almost had an old person kill himself because. But anyways, like, subscribe, peace.